Let's take you back to Gauteng because the provincial government there is set to commemorate the 49th anniversary of the Soweto Youth Uprising with a wreath-laying ceremony at Hector Peterson Memorial in Soweto. At the same time, an estimated 3,000 young people are set to attend an expo at the iconic Morris Isaacson High School. That expo is aimed at exposing and connecting Gauteng's young people with meaningful opportunities across a number of sectors. Once again, watching those developments is SABC News reporter Ofentse Setimo, who joins us now from Soweto, and much of the activities, Ofentse, there are already underway. Take us through the interest that you've been able to see from young people at that historic site.
Good morning once again, Ayanda, and apologies for the gremlins on our system. Well, I can tell you that, there's definitely a hive of activity here where we are at the Hector Peterson Memorial Square, where the Gauteng government will actually be commemorating this very important day by laying wreaths at this particular square. But we know that at the Morris Isaacson High School, there's also an exhibition where young people are actually participating in trying to showcase the products that they're actually selling. As I mentioned before we were disrupted technically earlier, I was saying that, youth unemployment is quite high. And with initiatives like this, they're actually trying to tackle that by creating or promoting some sort of entrepreneurship. But I'm joined by young people who are actually attending today here, this particular event, to just elaborate on what this day actually means for them. Today.
Letsatsi le mina le bohlokwa haholo hobane bana ba bangata ba ne ba hlokofetseng ka Soweto Uprising ba ntsweng ba hlokofelletse rona hore thole education e better.
Absolutely. And then when o ka rata ho bona government e etsang ho promote the opportunity for batho ba ba young, especially ka gore wa itse youth unemployment ko di
Babule more job opportunities. Happen like the skill, una the skill schools, ba improve the skill schools because una the skill schools is a trying to opatale chelete for also skill, which is wrong. Trying to escapata chelete, trying to re-roll skills, and then after ke khone re tla thola mmereko because trying to patala nna tse dintse patalang around mo Soweto.
Absolutely. Wena Ausaka ko pontlhalosetse gore letsatsi la ka tseno o rata le celebrate ba ra bona o tlile le rena ka tseno mara keng se o ka ratang go se bona se iragala ka tseno ra itse go na le wreath laying ceremony keng gape se o ka rata se bona se iragala ka tseno
ka tseno nka rata fela ha government ya rona nje e ka bona hore ho bohlokwa hore ba tshware youth like the students more because of like sure ANC is dying and re batlo nka into the dead ANC role. Ha e motho tlo batlang go leader dead ANC, that way ke ka reng they should create space for students.
Okay, well, as you can hear, it's more about leadership opportunities to empower their skills so that they can actually be independent and not be too reliant on government. Ayanda Ausaka, when nke bo ithubaletse go bata wa itse nke bo ithubaletse maro decidile go tla mo ka jeno. Why o decidile o tla mo ka jeno?
Ke decidile o tla mo ka jeko because ke batla ona ga batho di students e leng da re lwanela for school ka 1976 batho ba re lwanela gore re tlo bana le better education.
No, thank you very much. Well, she's here to actually honor the class of 1976 who actually died while, fighting for the oppressive language of apartheid. Me auti ke lebogelana kwa gao. Ko portlhalosetse wena gore as government they promised a better life for all. Wena as youth, e raureng a better life for wena.
As a youth, the government must stand up and then create more opportunities for youth. Remember that in 1976, the Soweto Uprising, people were participating, they were youth. Remember that before that Soweto Uprising, as an African child, we were doing Afrikaans as the medium of instruction, and then youth stood up and then fought for liberation and free education and freedom. So the government must focus and then creating more opportunities, creating more for people, like for example for student, for example a postgraduate. The government must create a job for youth because of the people who fought for liberation are the youth of 1976. You got today it is because of Sizo Pekele's revival in 1976. Youth and then in liberation and freedom. So the government must focus on youth and create more opportunity of job for youth because are the only people who are important and the only people who fought liberation. And even backwards in 1976, only youth eyaphakamayo and then yalwela liberation. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much. Well, as you can hear, Ayanda, the central sentiment is employment opportunities, learnerships, just an empowerment for them to ensure that, they have skills to better their lives. And if I can just get out of shot at the moment, you'll see that there is a kaleidoscope of color where we have some of the members of Umkhonto Wesizwe, I believe, not the party itself, but Umkhonto Wesizwe, clad in their military regalia there. And there's also other members of the ruling party right next to me here who are actually waving the flags of the ruling ANC. And later on we'll actually be going to Morris Isaacson High School, where there is some exhibition, as I mentioned in the intro. We're going to see some of the products that the youth there are actually putting on the pedestal to try and create some business opportunities for themselves.